Elimination method. Elimination method is also another way of solving simultaneous equations that is normally used. Remember, in our previous discussion, I introduced to you substitution method, whereby you are able to see how it works. Now we are under elimination method. To eliminate, in simple terms, is in fact to do away with. So under this method, we are going to eliminate certain parts so that we'll be able to get um, the remaining parts. In turn, we will use what we have to get the one that we eliminated. Now, elimination method, how does it work? Solution. Let us move to the solution part of it. Solution. Now you discover that we have these two equations and they are not similar. Like I said previously, we need to make these two equations to look alike. How are we going to do that? We are going to put unknowns in the same part, and then values without unknowns, they are going to be placed in a different part also. So we have got 2b plus 40. This one will give us 600. We need to make the second equation the same as the first equation by shifting negative 400 to the other side, and obviously it's going to become a positive. So we have 3b plus 5t is equals to 400. Now, elimination. We have got the first equation and then we have the second equation. Now we want to eliminate one unknown, and for us to eliminate one unknown, we'll have to make the coefficient of that unknown, the coefficient to be similar. Like now, we can go ahead and eliminate b. And how are we going to eliminate this b? We are going to get a coefficient whereby that coefficient, that value, the value we get if we multiply by the first equation, the second equation, the b's are going to cancel. And what are the values? We need not go far. We can use 3 here and use 2 here to make b's the same. So 3 multiplied by 2b, it will give you 6b, plus 3 you multiply by 4t, it will give you 12t, and 3 you multiply by 600, it will give you 1800. 2 you multiply by 2, when you multiply 2 by 3, it will give you 6b, plus 2 you multiply by 5, it will give you 10t, and then when you multiply 2 with 400, it will give you in fact 800. Now, for us to eliminate b, we will have to subtract. The second equation from the first equation. Now, let us subtract. When you subtract 6b minus 6b, it will give you 0. So there is no need of writing 0. 12t minus 10t, this one will give you 2t, is equals to 1800 minus 800, this one will give you 1000. We need to remain with the t alone, so we divide both sides by 2 by 2. So 2 and 2 cancels. 2 goes how many times? 500 times. So t is equals to 500. T is equals to 500. T is equals to 500. Now we have t. What are we going to do? We'll go back to our first equation. Remember, our first equation was 2b plus 4t is equals to 600. This is our first equation. We already have the value for what? For t. Now t is equals to what? To 500. We can get the value for B by substituting what we have into the respective positions. So we have 2B plus 4. We already have our T as 500, so this is 500 is equals to 600. 600. So when you multiply this, you'll get 2B plus 2000 is equals to 600. We want to put like terms together by saying 2B is equals to 600. We take away 2000. Now you discover that uh, 2B is equals to 2B is equals to, in fact, 600. You take away this, it will give you a negative 1400, and then you divide both sides by 2, you will get your B as what? As negative 700. As negative 700. Now if you want to prove whether what your solutions are true, you'll go to the equation. For example, we can use equation 2 to prove whether what we have is correct, by saying that 3B plus 5T, this one must give us 400. So we already have the values for B and T. So we have 3, we multiply by B, which is negative 700, plus 5, we multiply by T, which is 500. Let's see whether it will give us 400. This is negative 2100 plus what? Plus this is 2500. I'm very sure when you carry out the operation